Hi, kindergarten. So hopefully you were able to read along with me The Noisy Paint Box about Vasily Kandinsky, a Russian artist. And I thoroughly enjoy his artwork. I enjoy the way he was bright with his colors. He used vibrant shapes and lines and things that really are catching to the eye. So he is an artist I really enjoy, and I hope you enjoyed that story, just hearing about how his ideas came about and what he would create. So today we're going to take his painting Concentric Circles. So it's on the Padlet page, you can see it. And if you look at that, it is full of different circles. And today we're going to create our very own version of Mr. Kandinsky's Concentric Circles. So on your white paper, I'm using a Sharpie. If you have one, that would be wonderful. They are permanent, so just be careful. Maybe put something underneath your paper just in case it goes through. But I like using Sharpies just to keep my lines nice and crisp. And also, if I ever use watercolor or paint, I know that it will never blend or smear. So on my paper, something I want you to always do is to write your name on the bottom corner. This is an artist trademark. You want to be able to say, hey, I made this. I created this piece of work. You want it to be something that has your name on it. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create what is called a border. A border goes all the way around your artwork, all the way around your paper, almost like a picture frame. So I'm not going to put my Sharpie on the edge. I'm just going to indent just a little and go all the way around my artwork for my border. And at any time, as I'm doing this video, you can always pause it and then move along at your own pace. Now, in our concentric circles, Kandinsky had all kinds of squares, okay? So I always kind of think of a box of donuts. Think about a box, and in that box, lots of donuts, okay? And so we're gonna divide our paper in a very fun way. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put one finger on one corner, one on the other, and I'm going to move my fingers at the same exact time until I find the middle of this line, okay? So here we go. I'm gonna go, and sometimes I pretend they're trains, chugga, 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 boop. Where they connect, I'm going to create one small dot, okay? I'm gonna do the same thing at the bottom. Chugga, 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 boop. And where they meet, I'm going to make another small dot. These two dots are going to be connected with what we call a vertical line. Sometimes I imagine I'm jumping off a diving board and I'm gonna say vertical, splash. Okay, so I have just divided my paper into two halves. Now I'm going to do a very similar thing, but I'm going to do it on this side of my paper in my one rectangle. So let's go ahead and chugga, 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 boop. And where they meet, I'm going to make a small dot. I'm going to come to the bottom and chugga, 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 boop. Make a small dot. And once again, let's connect them with a vertical splash. All right, so I am dividing my paper into long, skinny rectangles. Let's come over to our larger one and do the same thing. Here we go, and chugga, 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 boop. And where they meet, I'm gonna make a small dot. Let's do the same thing. Chugga, 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 boop. Where they meet, a small dot, and vertical splash. All right, so if you have that, you should have 1, 2, 3, 4 long, skinny rectangles. So go ahead and work on that. And like I said, pause it while you work and then come back. All right, so moving on, I'm going to turn my paper. So now it almost looks like a ladder where I would climb up. So now my paper is the tall way, that vertical way, okay, tall. I am going to do the same exact thing, but I'm gonna go at the top and my corner, and let's go get those trains ready. Chugga, 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 boop. Where they meet, let's make a small dot. Let's come down to the bottom and chugga, 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 boop. Where they meet, another small dot. And are you ready? Let's go off that diving board and say vertical All right, awesome job. What we're gonna do today is we're gonna now turn our paper and let's count our squares. So we turn those rectangles into square shapes. Okay, so let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I shouldn't say they're perfect squares. A square would all be the same size. Maybe they are more a rectangle, so I should correct my saying here. But we should have 8 rectangles. All right, now, moving on, I am going to give you the option. So I have a bucket of markers and I have a basket of crayons. I'm going to allow you to choose which one you would like to do. And I want you to imagine you're at Dunkin' Donuts or you're at Tim Hortons and you decide, ooh, I want to get a little tiny donut. And that little tiny donut is known as like a Timbit or a Munchkin. And I'm going to start in that one area, or in my one square here, with a very, very tiny little Timbit. So I'm going to start with that small circle and I'm going to color it in really, really, really nicely. So there's my first Timbit. All right, I'm going to get a new color and I'm using crayons right now. This time I'm going to make a small donut going all the way around it. So I have my Timbit and now a small donut. And once again, I'm going to color this in. I'm using a purple crayon. And if you notice, I am not coloring on top of my Timbit. I'm going around it. So I want to make sure I stay in my lines. Coloring really, really carefully. Okay, so I have Timbit, small donut. Let's see what would come next. Hopefully you're saying a medium donut. Let's go ahead and make a medium donut. Here's my medium. And I'm going to color it in. Once again, I'm coloring with my red just within my red circle, not on my purple, not on my green. And you can use any colors you would like right now. I prefer using some nice bright colors to make that connection with Mr. Kandinsky and the way he could hear the colors. And I also, when I do Kandinsky artwork, I like to even put some music on. So after you watch this, you can actually go in and start listening to music while you're working and be an artist like he was. All right, let's see. So I have a tiny Timbit, a small donut, a medium donut, and let's go and make a large donut. Okay, oh boy, another color, something new. Not coloring on my red, not on my purple, not on my green, just within that turquoise circle I drew. And take your time. This is something that is going to take a little bit of time if you do it the right way. Okay, you don't want to go and start scribbling and losing interest in it. So if you feel like your hands are getting tired, put it away and always come back to it. All right, and let's do another color. I think I can get one last circle in there. I'm going to do pink. So I have tiny, small, medium, large. What will come after a large? An extra large. Go ahead. Ooh, this one. Look how my extra large is just touching the sides of my square here. So I'm going to, once again, color it in. Okay, color real nice and solid. Okay. So each circle in this square is a different color. Now I do have area around, and I think it would look amazing if I finished with one color as my background, or the area around my circle. So I chose yellow. I don't know, can you see? Yep, I think you can see that. Okay, coloring, coloring. So like I said, this is something that will take some time. Put music on, enjoy the process, think about all those circles you can create. And I did this one with crayon. I will demonstrate if you want to do markers. I will do another little video for markers. The only thing with markers you want to be very careful of is if marker, like if I'm coloring with a green and a purple goes on top of it, it will turn brown, like a, not even brown, like a, like kind of, it just gets muddy looking, because markers you can't mix. If I wanted to make brown, like with crayons, I could maybe layer some by coloring on top or when I mix paint, but markers don't mix well. So I'll just do really quickly, I'll show you here. Try to come up with a color that's a little different. So here I'm gonna do a small Timbit. And these are my markers, color it in. And so when I go and make my new color around it, I'm gonna do the same thing with my crayon, or as I did with my crayon, but this time I'm going to go around. And sometimes it's even helpful if you outline around your first circle. So you can see I went right around that raspberry red color, and then I can color it in. So that's nice. This might, you just have to be a little more careful with the markers so it doesn't, so they don't go on top, so they don't smear and mix. Once again, nice big circle. I'm gonna outline. Okay, and then color it in. So I have my tiny donut, my small donut, my medium donut, and then I'll go and do my large and extra large, and then finish coloring your box. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please go on the Padlet page as you're watching the story and my demonstration. You can look at Mr. Kandinsky's concentric artwork that he painted. And then as you're working, take a picture of yourself doing your work. I would love to see that. And hopefully you enjoy this. It's a very fun project, very colorful, and a great connection with our Russian artist, Vasily Kandinsky. Have a great day.